So in projection of points, we will consider a problem which is present here. Draw the projections of a point A which is 20 above HP. So where it is 20 above HP and 10 in front of VP. So first of all, we have to know where it is going to be located. Just to have a look into it. Now here this is HP and it is going to be the VP. So where they inform it is 20 above HP, means anywhere here it is going to be 20 above HP. But what it is given, 10 in front of VP, this position. 20 above HP, 10 in front of VP. This is the position we have to consider. So once this is the point here, what are the things we required? We required front view as well as top view. Front view as well as top view. So here front view where it will fall. So if an observer is viewing from here, so let us consider this is 20 above HP, 20 above HP. So if an observer is here, the ray is coming like this, the ray. So this is the ray, it is coming from the observer. It will touch this one and it will fall here. The front view of the shadow will fall here. Therefore, this particular point, all of you observe here. So this is the point. This is the point. This is the ray. The shadow will fall here. Therefore, the shadow is going to get here. So this is the front view shadow. Therefore, the front view shadow is going to be considered as small a prime. Small a with prime, because you are already aware of it. Front view is going to represent with small a with prime. So this is a dash. Now, so in order to get this, we need a projector like this. We need the projector like this. With the help of this projector, we are going to get it. With the help of this projector. This is the front view projector. We are going to get it here. But where it will appears, this front view projector, where it will appears. So this is appears in the top view. If you view from the top, this line will appears like this in the top view. This is the line appears like this. So the projector is a line or a ray. This line will appears in the top view. That's why this is the projector of front view. So what are the things we are already aware of it now? So here, once the point is here, this is capital A. This shadow will fall here. It is a dash. Now you have to know. So it is 20 above HP. It is 20 above HP. Once here it is 20 above HP. So from this point also it is going to be 20 above. So how much is this length? It is going to be 20 here. This height is going to be 20. And in order to get this shadow, we require the ray, that is a projector we require. That projector is nothing but, this is the projector for the front view. This projector appears in the top view. So the front view is over. Now we have to look into the top view. So how we have to consider the top view? Now we are going to have the point. This is the point here. So this is 10 in front, this is 10 in front. So if you observe from the top, if we observe from the top, how the ray is going to form. So once the observer is viewing from the top, the projector will comes and falls here. The projector will comes and falls here. So therefore the shadow of the top view, the shadow of a top view. So once a point here, the projector will travels here and it will falls at this location. At this location, this is going to be considered as small a, because you are already aware of it. Top view is going to represent with small letter of a object. Good. So if it is 10, if this gap is 10, all of you observe in the top this gap is 10. Once the shadow will falls, So from this line, this gap is also equal to, this particular length is also equal to 10. So for your clarity, I am showing like this. So this is the top view and this gap is 10. Sir, in order to get this particular point, what is required? The projector in the top view is required. So this is the projector for the top view projector. So this projector will appear as a line in the front view. Appears as a line in the front view. How should we draw that? How should we draw that particular element? So this is the line. This is the line. So it will appear in the front view like this. This is the projector for the top view. All of you remember, my dear friends, once the point is here, top view shadow will fall here. In order to get this top view shadow, this is the ray. This ray will appear in the on VP. This ray will appear on VP. This is your front view and top view is obtained. So once in this case, this part we can able to observe and we can able to know it. But whatever the shadow is falling on horizontal plane, we can't able to show it in a two-dimensional plane. We can't able to show it in a two-dimensional plane. Then what I have to do? We have to rotate the horizontal plane for clockwise 90 degrees. So by considering you are the observer, clockwise 90 degrees, we have to rotate it. So once if you rotate clockwise 90 degrees, whatever the diagram we are obtained here, this is considered as the projection of a point. So here if you observe, this particular dot is my A dash. This particular dot is our A dash. This is our A dash. This is the top view of the point A. A is 10 here and it is going to be 20. But how to differentiate these two? So wherever the intersection of, so if you observe, this is the plane, this is the horizontal plane and this is the vertical plane. The intersection of horizontal and vertical plane will be considered as this line, as XY line, So once if you rotate it like this, from the XY line, A dash is going to get 20 above the XY line, 20 above the XY line, and A is going to get 10 below the XY line. As it is, if you draw, we are going to get the final diagram. If you observe, this particular green color line in the bottom is the projector for the front view. This vertical line in the front view is the projector for the top view. If you observe, these two projectors, front view projector and top view projector, will be coincide with each other, and this is perpendicular to XY line. This is most important, my dear friends, that you have to remember. So once if you draw one XY line, once if you draw XY line, what we have to consider? First of all, we have to draw the projector. First of all, we have to draw the projector. This is the projector. Then what I have to do? So in the previous diagram itself I shown. So here, this is the XY line. This is the projector. Projector is always perpendicular to XY line. Now where the front view is going to get from the XY line, 20 above it. 20 above it we are going to get the front view. Therefore, we are going to make this particular point as A dash. And we have to give this information that from here to here, this length is going to be 20. And we have to give the arrowheads for both the places. Now, what about the top view? Where we are going to get the top view? Top view is obtained from the reference line 10 in front. 10 in front is nothing but below. All of you observe, my dear friends, once again I am showing. So this particular point is 10 in front. Once the shadow will fall here from this particular XY line, it will fall at a distance of 10. So after rotating, this 10 will move below the xy line. 10 will move below the xy line. Therefore, A is going to get 10 below this particular reference line. Therefore, small a, where we have to represent? Small a, we are going to represent here. And how much is this distance? This distance is going to be 10. So we have to give the arrowheads at both the places. And we have to mention here it as 10. So this is the way how we have to represent the front view and top view of a point, that is capital A. Front view is A dash, top view is small a. So if you draw this diagram, once the question is given, this is your answer. Here you have to remember few elements, my dear friends. Wherever I used red color pencil, red color, that is related to H pencil. And wherever I am using blue, this is related to HB pencil. And wherever green, it is related to 2H. Sir, the people will have a doubt. Why the XY line is with H pencil? We have to know from the concepts. That is, actually, these two are the planes. So once if there is no line here, if the intersection line is not there, if you are rotated like this, on this same line, A dash is getting here, A is getting here, but where is 20? So we need some reference to differentiate A dash with respect to the HP, A with respect to VP. So that reference is nothing but XY line. So in the beginning of the classes itself it said HP pencil for main object, 2H for construction or helping lines, and H for reference line. So here XY line is my reference line. It is not a line present, it is an imaginary line. It is an imaginary line. So horizontal plane and vertical plane, wherever they intersect, if both are transparent, if I rotate it, can you able to identify where this particular line is there? No, sir. So in order to differentiate that, I am going to take this particular line as a reference. That is why imaginary or reference lines should be drawn with H pencil. It is with H pencil. What about the projectors, sir? Take an example of cinema theater. Once if you are going to get the picture on the silver screen, whatever it is falling on the silver screen, it is clearly visible to you. But it is possible because of the rays. So the rays should be always present, but it is not dominating. Once if you are viewing the film, the shadow will appear, but the rays are there, but it is not dominating. So that is why those projectors are going to be with 2H pencil. Good. So once if I have the quadrants, I can able to do it, sir. Without quadrants, how can we solve the problems once it is given from the projection of points? That we will discuss in few minutes in the next video.